What up, y'all? It's Chris Weathers, aka Shorty C94, back at you again with another episode of Shorty Sneaker Conversations. This is episode 73. We are now a year into Shorty Sneaker Conversations, so it's pretty good. There's our guest right there. Let me send the invite. All right, what's up, Izzy? All right, Sean, I just sent the invite. Let's see if we can get you on here. They got it where you can like the comments now. This is new. This wasn't on the last thing. So yeah, just sent the invite. But what's up to everybody in here? Woke up just in time, 7:55. Oh man, yeah. So Izzy, what's up, man? What's up, Keandra? Welcome in, welcome in. Just about to get started. What's up, EW1 Kicks? Okay, appreciate that. Our guest to be on momentarily. Yeah, we know the nap game is strong. Mine is the same. Hello to my lovely wife. Hello to you. Just waiting for our guest to join. I just sent it one more time. What's up, Carl?
Yo,
Okay, man. What's going on?
what's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right on, right on.
Yeah, man. Well, welcome aboard.
What's going on?
Chilling, man. Appreciate you. You know what I mean, being a part of the show.
I appreciate you having me, bro.
No problem. No problem. So I didn't get to send you my itinerary. I do apologize for that. But the way the show breaks down, it breaks down like a basketball game where we have pregame, first quarter, sneaker beginnings, second quarter, sneaker past, third quarter, sneaker present, fourth quarter, sneaker future.
All right, I got you.
Yeah. So we'll start off. Usually I start off with the question of what's the most positive thing you've been able to take from the world since the pandemic started?
Just we get a whole lot more family time, man. We had to slow things down a little bit. Push pause on life a little bit. You got to appreciate, your family a little more time around the house.
All right, for sure. For sure. Definitely agree with that. Well, for the people who don't know you in the chat, you mind introducing yourself? Tell them where you're from, what you do.
Yeah, my name is Sean Mebane. I'm from Reedsville, North Carolina. I'm a cryogenic tanker driver, man. That's what I do for a living. Run up and down these roads all day. Yeah. And then I cop sneakers on the side.
You got a lot of them, man. You got a lot of them.
No, brother. You got a lot of
them. Maybe. I don't know. I'm still trying to get certain things. Shout out to everybody who's joining. Welcome.
Yeah. Well,
now, are you able to wear? Well, you probably don't. What you do, but do you wear any of your sneakers to work?
No. See, we can't. We got to wear them steel toes and that stuff, man. It'll eat your shoes up. So you don't want to have your shoes on in that liquid and stuff.
Yeah. Nah, I've had a job or two where I had to have some steel toes, so I definitely feel you on that.
Yeah. It's difficult. It's difficult for me to get wires in, but I get them in when I can.
Got you. All right. Well, I guess you since you just got off.
Yeah. I've been off maybe about an hour and a half. Had a pretty easy day today. Yeah.
All right. Well, when you last wore a sneaker, what was your last wear?
My last wear. What did I wear last? I gotta think. I just had what did I have on last? But I know I had some Charles Barkley's. Air Max 2 Cool Grade CB94s, man. Them things are a bitch to get on too.
Yeah, but what hope we was just talking about that.
Yeah.
Hard shoes. I'm like, man, the Penny 4 is the hardest shoe for me to get on, but that's so okay. Well, we'll just jump right into the first quarter, which is sneaker beginnings.
Right
And
on.
what was your earliest sneaker memory?
Oh, that was easy, man. That damn '85 Chicago, man. I remember when it dropped, man. I'm showing my age here, but I was a young man. All my partners was getting the bread pair, but I just fell in love with that Chicago. And I remember we was in the store and we seen it, and I was asking my moms for it. You know, at the time that was high. It was a high sneaker, even though it don't seem like it now. But I remember I begged, and her and my aunt they went in together and got it from me. That's my sneaker right there, man. That's my sneaker.
Yeah. So now I have to ask. This isn't a part of the itinerary, but how do you feel about them coming out again finally after like 7 years?
I'm praying they don't mess it up. Please don't do nothing stupid, Jordan Brand. Just give us what we want. Give us what we want.
I feel like after all of the wannabe dunks that look like it, the trophy room fiasco,
Mm-hmm.
1.5, them coming out with the KO again, like just give us the Chicago, man. Just
Yeah,
give it,
yes, sir. Please. That's
you
all we
know.
asking.
Me, I a lot of my sneaker isms or whatever just come from sports, and I love Michael Jordan. So in his rookie season, that was the shoe he mainly wore. Like,
Facts.
everybody loves the black and red, and I love it too. But he only wore that in the dunk contest. He
Exactly.
didn't even win it.
Exactly.
He didn't even win it. So Dominique won it. So, and I feel like the black toe he only wore a few times. So that Chicago, to me that's semblance of the rookie season. And to me, I'm gonna go and say an unpopular thing and say for me it's easier to wear than the black and red is to
To
me.
me, yeah, facts, man. To me, it's just cleaner, man. I like that favorite shoe, man.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now that Chicago one is kind of what brought you into it, but like, what was that next shoe that was like where you was like, all right, I'm in this.
Shit, it's gonna be all that '90s basketball stuff, man. When I was in high school, man, Reebok pumps dropped, man. I went crazy for them. Diamond turfs, SC trainers, all that good stuff, man. That's my heyday right there.
Okay. Now the late '80s and early '90s was very, very trainer heavy. Do you have a favorite trainer?
Yeah. Oh yeah, well it varies. It go back and forth between that Bo Jackson and that Dion, but I like both of them very much so.
Now this is another unpopular opinion, but again, with you being who you are, I can share these with you and the nice
Right
people
on.
in the I remember the first Diamond Turf being a big deal in '93. I was in seventh grade when it
Yeah.
came out. Like, I own it. I have the first retro from '05. I never had it in the '90s, but I don't like it like most people. Like, I actually like the Diamond Turf 2 and
Yeah.
3 ahead of the one.
I
And
got you.
even they've never retroed the Diamond Turf 4 or 5 as Cowboy shoes, but that last Dion at DT Max 5, I would have
Yeah.
to have a retro, but they probably won't.
I feel they won't ever give us anything like that because that's the stuff we want.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's so many trainers that haven't been brought back, like
Is
the ubiquitous, like just shit like that. Like, I need that.
yes, sir.
That's
Yes, sir.
that get me excited. Because I feel like Nike really just retros the same 5 or 6 trainers, the same 7 or 8
Mm-hmm.
basketball shoes.
About every 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Like they've never retroed the Griffey 3, but we've already had 3 retros of the Griffey 1. Shit
Mm-hmm.
like that.
But they didn't give us the. I wanted the Cincinnati. They didn't give us that one.
Yeah, and I mean that was a big deal. Like, I was working for well, now it's DTLR, but Villa at the time, and it was the only time I saw Griffey outsell a Jordan because that and that playoff 13 came out the same day.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody just wanted the Griffeys. The playoffs were like an afterthought.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't understand why they didn't do that because my pair is still in decent shape, but I could use a new pair.
I got you.
So okay. Um, so now we're to I guess the early '90s. You're in high school. What was that first shoe fit combo that you had that really, kind of killed about your school? Where they're like, oh shit.
Oh, see, man. See, I'm gonna take it back because I'm
Okay.
old school, man. We used to wear that cross color fits, man, with the
Yes.
loud sneakers and North Carolina things to wear the duck head fits, with the colorful shorts. Yeah, I was in all that polo. Polo been around forever. Yeah.
Yeah. And see, that's what I like so much about even the Jordans in that period. Like I feel like the 7s and the 8s were kind of made to go with fashion, and they mimicked
Mm-hmm.
that cross colors, human kind
Yep.
of era. So yeah, like especially the 7s, like I feel like I'm in '92 again wearing that. So
Yes, sir.
because me, this is another unpopular opinion I'm gonna have for y'all folks. If the 7 doesn't have the design on it, I don't really rock with it the same.
Oh,
Like it's gotta have
yeah,
design on
I feel you. I feel you. I'm 6s over 7s all day anyway. So
it. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, the 6 is the only shoe now where no matter what it is or how it's colored, I'm gonna at least give it a look.
mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, nah, there's no other Jordan. Even the ones like where I'm like, nah. But the 6s, I'm like, Georgetown 6s come out, huh?
Let me check them out.
Yeah,
Yep,
I'm
yep.
guilty of that. But with the
Yes, sir.
7, like, everybody loves the Olympics and the Cardinals. I mean, you know, I have them, but
Yeah,
they don't get the playtime that the Bordeaux and the Hares and the Black and Reds do.
yeah. True.
Just got to have that design on the tongue. But okay. Um, so back in the day, as you were, getting fresh or whatever, who were your early sneaker slash outfit influencers? Was it a relative, a uncle, or a celebrity?
No, really, just the cats we knew around the hood, man. And what we saw on TV, what we saw Will Smith wearing on Fresh Prince, stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm, yeah, I'm gonna keep it a buck. One person that I used to look at when I was really starting to get fresh, um, Big Tigger used to always have the Jordans.
Yeah, I remember that. Fast.
He always had them early, and I would always be looking at like the brands he was wearing and trying to find those brands because people look at Rap City for the videos, but I was like, how this nigga gonna come today? And he was able to
Yeah.
incorporate the urban clothes with the J's. A lot of people couldn't really do it, you know what I'm saying? But he did it.
Yeah. Yes,
You know,
sir.
everybody would just do forces. So okay,
I
okay.
had a phase of them too. I went through a force phase.
I'm about to go through another one. I think because I
Yeah.
went, hey, I went really hard with the Chucks last year. This year is
Yeah.
probably going. I'm bored with everything else.
Yeah, I feel you. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. All right. So we'll jump into the second quarter, which is more recent sneaker past. Kind of from when you first started working up until maybe a couple years ago. So when you first started getting fresh, like what was your first job that kind of enabled you to get your own stuff?
Shoot, man, I was working on a truck dock. You know what I'm saying? Loading trucks and stuff, and it paid pretty decent for a young man. You know what I'm saying at the time. So that's when I really started buying like my own sneakers. And I never collected. I ain't been long start collecting. Maybe 15, 16. I used to like have a real like 10 or 15, just beat my sneakers to the ground. But I always put the outfits together and rotated them like that. But as far as collecting though, like maybe 15, 16.
I got you. I got you. Do you remember the first sneaker you copped with your first money that was yours?
I can't remember. Probably. Yeah, I know. I got myself some infrared sixes. I remember that. Yeah, might not have been the first one. Hard to think back all that stuff, man. I go way back, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I see. I
BMO say my camera messed up. I'm on my phone, bro. I'm on my front facing camera, BMO.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Um. So if you don't mind me asking, like, what year? Because this question kind of depends on this. What year did you come out of high school?
94.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. See. Yeah, that's good time. See, I didn't graduate until '99, so you got me by a couple. So okay, you back in the good times then. Yeah, definitely cross colors. You meant like
Yeah. I'm back. Yeah.
what was your go-to brand for those 4 years? Was it cross colors or Carl Kanai or something else?
I did the Caulk and Knife phase when Pop jumped out there with it on. Yeah, I had that. I had like I say, cross colors. I did all that polo. Oh, then the Tommy Hill phase. Everybody went through with Grand Poobah. Yeah, I used to rock that time. I used to rock that Tommy Hill in high school. with the
Yeah.
backpacks and all that. Yeah, you remember that
That's
flavor
old
back in the
school.
day? Yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah. Oh yeah. Good. Good. Now, what was the brand from back then that was popular that you didn't mess with?
Mm, them old crazy Paco jeans and all this stuff. I ain't do all that.
Now, for me, back
Yeah.
back in those days, I'll tell you one thing I kind of liked, but once I started messing with it a little bit, I just kind of pulled away from it. I used to really like Get Used and like Major Damage, but that shit just it wasn't like
I
Tommy or
remember,
nothing like
man.
that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. So
it
those are
didn't
some,
hit like it did. Yeah.
yeah, it just wasn't quite the same to
I
Get
remember that
Used,
though. It bring back memories right there. Yeah, yeah.
Bum Equipment, all of that. Okay, okay. Now, was there a shoe from back then, or even a little more recent, that you wanted, but like you took an L on it, like you just never held it? Like, was there a shoe from back then you wanted, you never grabbed?
Yeah. Like we just talked about, man, that Chicago, man. I can't get my hands on it like I want to, man. I gotta get one. I gotta get. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it.
Just again, being from the 80s and 90s, which you and I both are, it's just crazy to think of the Chicago one as a shoe that's become unattainable. You know what I'm saying? Because people just didn't mess with it for
It's I
so
know
long.
I
Like,
don't like what's yeah
yeah, like
yeah. You right.
I got my pair from '94 for like $50 from Champs back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, because people
Oh,
just
you
didn't rock
win. You
with that.
winning. You winning. Yeah.
Well, since I've had them since then, I still need a new pair, and for whatever reason, I just was dumb. I didn't buy them in 2015 like I could have, but
I didn't get them either, and I always seen them, and they sat forever for like you could get a pair for about 4, 5. You know what I'm saying? And I
mm-hmm,
said, it'll be another day. It'll be another day. And then that
mm-hmm,
documentary came out, and then been a wrap ever since.
yeah, yeah. All right. So before we jump into halftime, was there a shoe that you loved back then that you kind of like was like, man, why did I mess with that? Kind of like a regrettable purchase from back then.
Not really enjoyed everything. I wore a little bit of everything back then. I really don't have no regrets, man. I wore shell toes back then. I wore K Swiss, BKs, all that stuff. No regrets, really.
Okay, cool. Variety. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. So now we're at halftime. So I have to
All right.
ask you, are you be in season 8 of Who Has the Heat?
No, man, I'm gonna take a season off. I believe I might come back for 9, maybe. But I said I don't want to burn everybody out on me, man. Plus, I don't like to lose, bro. Yeah,
I'm the same way, man. I'm the same way.
yeah,
Shout out to everybody in the chat that was a competitor in season 8 Who Has the Heat and other Who Has the Heats.
yeah.
So
Oh yeah, yeah. Who has a heat was
you know,
dope, man. Take nothing away from the person that beat me, man. He dope collects.
yeah. Now with because you and I both took L's in it. Was there a shoe that you could have brought out that you didn't? Where you like, man, I should have brought that out
Oh
instead.
yeah, yeah. My momentum. I know exactly what rounds. The second question when my man asked the college question, right? And I said I kind of threw a softball up there with that up tempo. He came with that Oregon phone. I should have just went big. UNC off white one. I could have just went
Mm,
big. Yeah. That might have got me through. So you live and you learn. You live and you learn.
yeah. See, the thing I enjoy about watching the battles is, it's kind of like practice when I watch other people battle because it's kind of like, damn, how would I answer that question? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, because I have the Oregon foams, but being honest, since I'm not a huge foam guy, I have to remember I even had them bitches. So
Yeah.
with the questions set up the way they are, it's like what I enjoy is you really got to use your mind and think, you know what I mean? Because the downside to it, and this is no hate, this is all sneaker battles. I feel like if you're on a sneaker battle, no matter who's running it, you still have to play to the audience too, and you still got to show hype. I can't just show old shit. Though I feel like I got a little bit of hate because the one round I was in, I was pulling out fusions and all kinds of other stuff, and people was like, but
it's a chance you take when you pull out the older stuff. It can go over some people's heads sometimes. They won't really know what it is.
Yeah, that's why I didn't win. That's just shout out to PR23. Much love, but
dope collection, man. PR got a dope collection.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll just jump right into the third quarter, which is sneaker present.
All right.
It's probably the most fun show. Everybody has different feelings on how the game is now. So you're an OG. You've been buying sneakers since late 80s, early 90s. What's one thing about the game back then that you hated, and what's one thing about the game now that you like?
That's a hard one, man, because it's really flip-flop for me. I like most of the stuff about the old game and dislike a lot of stuff about the new game, but I like the fact, man, you ain't got to really camp no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, camping thing for the faint of heart, you know what I'm saying? So you're pretty much getting everything online now, but then that can be a detriment. And then everybody who wanted to shoot back in the days could have it, so you really couldn't be original either. And they didn't really have like limited type stuff like the way they do now. Way back in the days, like you go to high school in the 12th grade, 10, 15 people got the same shoe.
Or I'm sure you remember this. It would be like what you just said, or like back to school, like all the niggas got this one Jordan or this one. You know what I mean? Every school year, it's a different, shoe.
Yeah.
So, like, you came out 93, 94, at least where I was at the time, because I'm from Cleveland. Like, I remember that school year, the rich kids had the playoffs, or some people still had the Aquas, the 8s. But, like, a lot of the regular people had that Kevin Johnson running slam. I don't know if you remember them. There's, like, black and orange and purple Converse. And they had like a strap.
Yeah.
Like everybody had them, man. Like that was like everybody's back to school shoe if you didn't have the J's.
Yeah.
And they, I wish they would bring that back. You know what I mean? But yeah. Well, I'll just say for me, I miss the anonymity about the shoes where you could just go into the store and I never seen these, grab these. Where now you have so much information, like we know what's coming out at Christmas time already, and it's March. So that part, it's kind of like fun, but not where it takes some of the fun away. And then I guess one thing that I do like about the game now is I feel like because of social media, there is a lot more light shined on sneakerheads, both men and women. I feel like women are finally getting, their roses. So to me, it's easier to be noticed with the kicks and you're able to connect more. Like this was back in the 90s, we wouldn't be able to do this. So, I do like the technology. So, yeah. Well, where is your go-to place to get shoes now?
For retail?
Yeah.
I mean, I have my most luck on sneakers out, to be honest. I can't really put them down. That's where I get the most of my shoes from. There. I run 2 accounts, man. So yeah, I get the most luck there. I don't hit on Flex at all. So it's bumped in. And Hibbits I hit. So I guess between Hibbits and sneakers is where I get the most of my look from.
Yeah, and I'm gonna knock on wood. I don't want to jinx it, but like I've had a decent amount of luck with sneakers as well. My wife usually hits a lot more on sneakers than I do, but the last 2 releases I tried to get, I was able to just get. Like before this live, I shot a video on the the 12s. I feel like everybody who wanted the 12s got them.
Yeah.
So the 6s were a lot harder to get than the 12s. Like I wasn't able to get the 6s. So the UNCs, but you know, um, I don't really.
B must say my heat on. That's what it's my front camera, B Mo. That
Um,
better? That better?
hey, I can see you.
Right on, brother.
Shout out. Okay. Yeah.
B Mo
So,
crazy.
all right. What would you say is like your biggest influence on you purchasing sneakers now, with you being, an OG?
Just like older stuff, like the stuff that I either had or didn't ever get my hands on. So I guess nostalgia probably is my main trigger. Yeah,
Yeah.
when they throw something out there that I've been wanting forever, yeah, I got to have it then.
Me too. Me too. Yeah. So, what do you feel like is a shoe that you've gotten over the last, maybe you say 5 years since 17, that didn't really age well?
Didn't age well. Some of them older Air Force Ones I used to get, they look ugly as hell when they crease, man. I ain't gonna even lie. Like you can beat some Air Force Ones up.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go back to that Griffey one. Like the paint
Yeah,
they use is so I always say it's like whiteout.
yeah,
Like doesn't really
yeah.
last. So, but it's other shoes. And then some shoes were just a moment where I'm like, man, why did I buy these? Like it's some forces like that. Like I still had those Invisible Woman Air Force Ones with the clear.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm never gonna get rid of them just because. I mean, I already paid over for them on release day because the one place in Cleveland that had them was charging $150, and that's a $90 shoe. But if I wear them now, I know somebody's gonna be like, "Fuck," you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, then you're gonna have to where you get them one of those. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all good. It's all good. So, what do you feel like is going to be the shoe for 2022? Kind of how people feel like the Amamanyera was the shoe for last year.
I got you. It all depends. It depends on what Jordan Brand do with the Chicago, bro. Like if they just give us a Chicago, like what we looking for, it might be that. But if they do what I think they're gonna do, let's see what else they got. I don't know, man. Like I mean, we don't know what they're gonna throw at us, like from a collab. You know what I'm saying? It won't be none of those twos. I tell you that it won't be none of those. Even though I want them, but it won't be none of those twos. So I'm thinking it's gonna be that Chicago, bro. If Jordan Brand don't mess it up.
I'm glad they're showing some love to the two because I know
Yeah,
you
me
and I,
too. Yeah, I want that too.
yeah, like you and I both can remember when it was a time where people used to treat the Jordan 1 the way they treat the Jordan 2 now. So,
Facts. I do remember.
um, for whatever reason though, I still don't believe that, even with the collabs, I don't believe that the two is ever really going to be a thing.
Exactly. That's why I said I know it won't be one of them because most people gonna sleep on that one. So.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
you think got a chance of being the sneaker of the year from what you've seen so far?
Honestly, whenever they decide to come out with them, and then, especially now with the collab pairs surfacing, I really think it's going to be a big deal about the Penny One.
Yeah, I like you see them USC colorway penny twos.
Mm-hmm.
I just seen them the other day. I got to have them. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on social status phone every day asking them what's the deal with them.
Now, you shop with them? Do you go to Raleigh or you go to Greensboro more?
This one in Greensboro, yeah, it's right beside a skate shop that I hit dunks from sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, it's a skate shop right there beside them. It's called Stolen Skate Shop. I didn't hit a couple dunks out of it. They run a legit raffle. You have to respect it.
Wow. Okay. Well, I appreciate you for letting me know because I didn't know about any skate shops. We've been out here since 20, so I'm
Oh,
still learning.
y'all, if y'all willing to drive to Greensboro, I'll start sending you the link when they have stuff. I got you.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because we've been to I know they've been remodeling it lately, but yeah, we've been there. I never thought to look in the other spot. It's right next to it, huh?
Right next to it, it's called Stolen. And then right beside that, they got a little vintage shop where they sell vintage tees and all that. Yeah, man, I hit mummies from that place.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, really? Really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And for the people, what size do you wear?
11 and a half, but I can do, depending on the shoe, I can go down to 11 or I can go up to a 12, but I prefer 11 and a
Well, since we wear the same size.
half.
Yeah.
we
Since
can
we're
make
both
some
local,
we can make some trades, right?
you know, or you could just, I don't want these anymore. Chris, you want these?
I
You know,
got you. I got
give me
you.
a player price. We'll talk about it
Right on. Same way, man. You see
for
something you
sure.
don't want no more, holla at me.
For sure. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we will jump into the fourth quarter, which is sneaker future.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is your? Well, it's probably just something you've already said, but what is your holy grail? Is it the Chicago?
Yeah, man. 85 pair. Get my hands on a nice crispy 85 pair. Still got the hang tag on it, but I ain't paying $8,000-9,000 for it, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Like,
happen, man. They gonna put it back out eventually. It's gonna happen.
like I like my wife, because I've talked about it on the show before. She has a list of shoes that I'm not allowed to wear if we go out somewhere together. And my Chicago on that list because it's the pair from '94. I literally got them when I was in 8th grade, about to go to high school. So they're oxidized as fuck. They still look good to me. I mean, niggas is buying
Yeah,
make them look like that now.
yeah.
But yeah, she ain't with it. They gotta be everything gotta be fresh.
So
So
you telling me the bands got banned and the Chicago's didn't got
mhm,
banned,
yeah, yeah. So
huh?
most of the shit is weird shit. Like I'm
Yeah.
into weird shit. I love Jeremy Scott, and if I could find some Kerwin Frosts for less than $100, I probably would have them weird shits too.
Yeah.
My
Let's
wife,
just say let's
nah.
just say my old lady don't share the same passion I have for Reeboks.
Oh, okay.
She can't stand Reeboks when I wear them, man.
Iversons too.
I don't think she care much about them. She don't like pumps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of pumps, I've never been able to put my hands on the original pump, like the high one, the bring back.
Yeah, yeah.
My hands on that, man.
Me either, man. That's another one I'd love to have.
Like I got a black top pump that I've had since maybe like '04. That's probably the closest I've gotten to it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And I just got a pair of D Browns this year. Like they've slipped
Okay.
my hands so many times.
Yeah, me too.
Um,
I had them joints in high school, man. OG.
hmm So yeah, those love the Insta pumps. So I'm a
Uh-huh.
Reebok guy, not just Iversons. Probably my favorite shoe randomly is probably the Club C.
Okay.
Club C is probably my favorite, or at least the Reebok I have the most of. That's not the question. So
Gotcha, gotcha.
yeah, but okay. What direction do you see your collection going in the future?
Oh, I'm definitely not falling for this Jordan brand trap no more. You know what I'm saying? They keep flooding us with all these flea market colorway ones and all this. I'm definitely passing on all that. I'm mostly, man, I got a few that I want, and I'm mostly reach back. You know what I'm saying? If they throw something out there and everybody else going for it, I go for something else. That's the direction I'm kind of going.
Yeah, like I really, shout out to my co-host of the show we do, Reachbacks, QC Kiki Cutie. I really think that eventually I'm just gonna be a reach back guy. I mean, I
Yes,
feel like I'm already.
I'm with you, man. That's the way I'm headed, man. They trying to throw all this stuff down our throat, then they raising prices on us, and they won't give us the colorways we want. They won't give us the stuff we want, so we gotta go back and get it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, and then to me, everything except for if it's uber limited, everything is restockable. Like I feel like with the UNC 6, that my wife actually came up with this theory that she felt like they just put all the pairs out on the shock drop and didn't hold any back.
Yeah, I
So
definitely believe they do that.
yeah, so I do believe that they're going to restock those at some point,
Hmm.
but um, I just feel that restocks and reachbacks are going to be just a thing of the future, for me. But this year, I'm focused on Air Force Ones.
I got you. I got you.
I've several pairs that over the last few years that just need to be undead stocked, and I'm always looking for new ones. You get a used pair of Forces that's not too crazy for dirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yes, sir.
that's where I'm at.
A lot of hidden gems to be found in that arena.
Yeah. So okay, what is on your radar next, new release wise, other than the Chicago and the two?
Oh, they got to drop. They're dropping them Bo Jackson SC trainers. Them OGs. I gotta get them.
The Raiders one or the Auburn one?
The Auburns. They dropping them Auburns.
Okay.
So I'm gonna need a pair of them. Maybe a double up. Let's see what them penny ones. I need that. All the '90s basketball stuff, really, man. And what else I've been hearing about? That's mostly it, man. But I got the Adam Messi. I got the Adam Messi train. I need a pair. I've been needing a pair for a minute.
Yeah, I need another Raiders pair. I've never had the pair with the 34 on the back, and I know they've only retroed them that way once.
That's a dope pair, by the way.
Like I had when I first started retroing the Bo Jacksons in '98, I had that pair where it was the Raiders, but it was like reversed, and it just had Nike on the back instead of the 34. When they came out in 2010 with the pair with the 34 on the back, the leather was so bad, I just couldn't. You know what I mean? It was all shiny and stuff. I was just like, man, I can't buy these. The white ones were just more solid, so I just went with the Auburn. So I feel it.
And if they do, I don't know what happened with this release, but that CB94 Phoenix Sun colorway, I want that. But I mean, what happened? Never did drop.
Like an Amari PE.
Yeah. And it had 34 on the side. Yeah, I was geek for them, man, but they never did drop.
Yeah. I never thought. I mean, Barclays they've always been a thing. They've always been big in the hood.
Yeah, I love Barclays.
I never I had the all black CB94 when it retroed in 03. But I didn't think it would be hard to get like how it was in 20. It was crazy.
Yeah, man. She was hard to get.
It was like trying to get a Jordan. Like it was like man. So, oh man, yeah, crazy. Okay, that's a pretty good radar you got there. I'm the same. I really, I'm always gonna check for Jordans, but I always consider myself a regular Nike person first.
Yeah.
Air Maxes, trainers, and other Nike basketball shoes that aren't Jordans. So yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that they bring out the Jason Kidds and the pennies correctly, and they don't just make them like a House of Hoops thing, like the Penny 3. So, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. But it's just so many shoes that I would bring back that they probably won't. But let me because you've been doing this thing for a while. What's the shoe that's never retro that you would have them bring back?
It's never retro.
I've got a couple.
Well, most of mine, I think, the ones I'm really looking for might have retro once. I know them Tim Duncan positives, man. I need them. I think it's been a minute.
Yeah, those were supposed to come back last year or this year at some point.
But they don't never come back, man. I need them. But as far as never retro, I don't know if I really got no one I'm looking for like that.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say for me, I need the Kevin Garnett one. It was basketball shoe back in '98, but I need them in that white, teal, and blue color. You may remember these. They're from '93. They're called the Nike Air Check, where they were all mustard and black. Let me see if I can pull them up here on this. But it's a lot of obscure stuff where it's like, even if they brought it back, like people probably wouldn't buy it. So
That's why
They're
they probably act like they don't want to bring it. Just bring it back limited.
Yeah, yeah, and because they're gonna do that with the Air Just Force. Did you hear about that? Where it's gonna be a collab with Ambush.
I ain't heard about that one.
Yeah, for y'all that don't know, the Air Just Force, it's the shoe from 1996 where you could take the strap off, and back in the day you could buy them in a whole bunch of different colors.
All the different colors, yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna bring that back, but it's gonna be a collaboration with Ambush. So I don't know how that's gonna do.
Shoot, I'll get
them. Let me see if I can bring up this Air check. The only other point of reference I have for that shoe is Cole wore it on the episode of Martin when they were trying to work out. But let me see if I can actually pull up the shoe on this computer. But yeah, those Dunkins. I remember I tried to hoop in my OG pair back in the day when they were new.
Yeah.
My ankles ain't never been the same, man. They ain't never been the same. That was a heavy ass.
That's a heavy shoe.
Like if I wasn't in this month of Air Maxes the way it rained, if I was going somewhere, I would be a candidate because I always usually wear them in the rain because it's just going to, bounce right off.
Yeah, wipe them down. Just wipe them down.
Yeah, I think I got it here.
Speaking of heavy shoes, when I was in the chat the other day, we was talking about them LeBron 19s, man.
Are they heavy?
Oh, man, they heavy. They're some combat boots, man.
Yeah, because I got the uniform hooks in the black and reds, but I haven't worn either of them yet.
I tried them on.
Yeah. Trying to find a yellow pair that I had, but this is the purple pair of the Air Check.
Okay.
Remember that? You see them?
Yeah.
It was a yellow pair that was a little more popular, but that's the shoe I would have Nike bring back. But since it's not attached to an athlete, I'm really not sure how well it will sell.
Yeah.
Now, let me see if I can find the yellow pair. But yeah, it's so many other shoes. The Air Ubiquitous, Jerry Rice, the black and lime green one. I need those. It's a bunch. So we definitely showing our age, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's all good, man. At least we still here though.
Yeah. Now, before we launch into post game, what's your most recent cop? Is it the 12s or the Concept Air Maxes or something else?
Just got them in today. Mail called them Oskies. Them Oskies, baby. Yeah. Okay. Just came in today. I hit on Premier. That's the first time I ever hit on Premier.
How long did it take long for them to come?
No, fast shipping. It comes out of, where did it come out of? Up Midwest somewhere, I think. But yeah, it got hit quick.
Good. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Before we close off, did you have any questions for me?
Not necessarily a question. Just want to tell y'all, appreciate being on a live with somebody on the social media platform that know how to say the word Mebane. It ain't many of y'all, but I know you know how to say it because you live there.
Hey, I really thought it was Mebane. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. Like,
the people had to tell you around there?
Yeah, they're like, it's Mebane. Yeah, man. So that probably happens a lot where people think your name is Mebane.
Oh, we accept Mebane. He hit a lot, so we accept it. We roll with it.
Yeah. Well, man, it's been a pleasure having you on, talking to you, man. Make sure, and before we go, tell the people where they can find you.
My Instagram is at Sean Mebane, SHAWNMEBANE, and then you can find me on. I ain't got a YouTube channel, but I'll be where you find the sneaker channels at. I'll be in the chats. You find me in the sneaker battles. I definitely be in the chats and them. Sometimes cracking jokes or whatever. So yeah, that's where y'all can find me at. Spending all my money on shoes.
Oh man! All right. Well, look. Before we go, one last question.
Yeah. Shoot.
How many pairs of Chicago's are you going to try to buy?
Oh man, I might try to get 3 or 4 if I can keep getting them, but I guarantee you that shoe gonna be hard to get. You gonna do good to get one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like everybody waiting on that shoe, and then we gonna be competing with them resellers. That's the game now. So yeah, I want 3 or 4, but I know that's probably like a fantasy dream.
I would like to get 3 myself, but I know
Mm-hmm.
it's probably just going to be one.
Mm-hmm.
Then, because see what I do with raffles, since we're the same size, I always just enter raffles for a 12, because I feel like, because I'm a true 11 and a half like you.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not working at the store, I know I'm gonna have to either settle for an 11 or a 12.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And with Jordan 1s, I have some 11s. Some of my older ones are 11s, but I'm like, fuck it, I'll just get the 12. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
with you. I tell you what, when I pay resale, I buy 12s because 12s are always cheaper than 11 and a half.
All right. Now, and I said, I don't know that was the last question, but since I forgot to ask this earlier. Now, have you, because I'd be struggling, do you ever have a hard time buying LeBrons in a 12?
I buy them in a 12. I go up a half size on LeBrons. Most of them.
I have a hard time buying them in the 12 because they cost so much more than the 11s do.
They jump. Why they jump up right there like that for?
I don't know, man. Like before they restocked the uniform hook, they were like, maybe 280 and 11. They might have been like 320 and an 11 and a half.
Yeah.
The damn 12, it was like 419. I'm like,
yeah, it be making me mad, man. It making me mad.
Yeah, like
I feel you.
Yeah, LeBron specifically, they just hard to get in a 12. Because, see, I like for my shoes to be a little roomy. So if it's a performance shoe, I'm just getting a 12.
You see that LeBron Palmer loaded up on end clothing.
Yeah, I seen that. The fact that he played in it in the All-Star game added a little bit of panache to it. But I don't know, man. At the heart of it, I know what it is. And I remember that being a big deal back in 12. But it's still a LeBron low, man. It's like I can't really pay. Like even the Miami Nights. Remember, that was like a $2,000 shoe.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Now it's a $200 shoe, but
you can get it all day.
Yeah, I still can't really rock with it because it's a low.
I got you.
But it's all good. It's all good. There's a few lows out there I rock with, but yeah, man. Thanks for really, for real. Thanks for being on here, man.
Oh man, my pleasure, man. Oh, I appreciate you for having me, man. Like I said, we got to link up one day, man. We too close.
For sure. We definitely on, and y'all are gonna see it here on Instagram.
Right on.
All right, man. Well, look, I'm gonna go ahead and run. You take care of yourself. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Yep.
Happy evening. Peace.